Hi there, friends. This is Robert Hatton. This is The Encourager. I hope that you're going to be encouraged today. I hope that this will be a very good day for you, and God's blessings be upon you, upon everything that you do. We are coming to the second part of this story about this man who had leprosy. If you missed it yesterday, maybe you can listen, or you can at least read it. It's the last story in chapter 1 of Mark's Gospel, Mark 1 from verse 40 onwards. And a man with leprosy has come to Jesus, and this leprosy, it was incurable, and it was also very contagious. A person with leprosy had to leave the community. Now, this man comes to Jesus and he says, "Lord, if you will, you can cleanse me." And Jesus said, of course he would cleanse him. The disciples are a little bit shocked by this, and they move back from Jesus. I think that's quite funny. They're always a little bit afraid of what he would do. Now, we found out that we should never ever underestimate the compassion of Jesus. Never underestimate his mercy. He loves us very dearly. We should never underestimate his mission. He is on a mission, and he is very, very focused. The next thing that I notice is that we should not underestimate his character. Now, his name is Jesus. His name is Jesus, and Jesus means that he will save his people from their sins. The angel said, "Call him Jesus," because that means he will save his people from their sins. Now, Jesus was a very common name in those days. In the place where we live, I don't know anybody who's called Jesus. But it's the same name as Joshua, and I know a few people called Joshua. It's the same. That's the very same name. It means God will save his people from their sins. But this Greek word save, sozo, it has a number of meanings. And it means to save, but it also means to restore. And it also means to heal. And that's his name. And his name shows us something of his character. He is the Savior, he is the restorer, and he is the healer. He revealed himself in the Old Testament in Exodus chapter 15 and verse 16, and with one of his covenant names, Yahweh Rapha, I am the Lord who heals you. And in another place in chapter 10, verse 19 of 1 Samuel, it says that God saves you out of all of your calamities and distresses. It's in his character to heal. In the book of Malachi, he says, "I am the Lord, I change not." And in the New Testament, Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 8, it says, "Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever." And we are now touching his mission again. He says, "I've not come to be served, but I've come to save. I've come to look for that which is lost and to save it, to give my life as a ransom, to save it, to restore it, to heal it, and to give my life as a ransom for this." This is in his character. And the other thing that we should never underestimate is his power. Never underestimate the power of God. You see, in the first story that we had, when Jesus went to the synagogue, and he was confronted with a man who was demonized, and he commanded the evil spirit to leave him. The evil spirit cried out. He said, "I know who you are. You are the Holy One of God." And Jesus said, "Be quiet and get gone. You are the Holy One of God." And you see, in the Jewish law and the Jewish customs, they would think, if there was, for instance, touch a dead body, and you would become unclean. Touch something that was unclean, and you would become unclean. A lady, when she had a period, she was considered unclean. And there was this lady and we'll come to this story a little bit later, but she was been bleeding for so many years, for 20 years, and she came and she touched Jesus. And she thought she was unclean, but she touched Jesus. And the leper says, "Lord, if you want to, you can cleanse me." Of course, I want to. And it wasn't so that when Jesus, the Holy One of God, touched this unclean man, that he became unclean. But it was so that when Jesus, the Holy One of God, touched this unclean man, that the unclean became clean, that the unholy became holy. That is the power of God. Never underestimate the compassion of God, never underestimate the mission of God, never underestimate the character of God, and never underestimate his power. And dear friends, I hope and I wish that you will experience that today. The compassion of God, the mission of God, the character of God, and also his power. Have a very good day. Let Jesus into your life. Have a good day. God bless you. And I'll see you again. You're Bob Hatton, your encourager.